What is up, my fellow gamers? In today's video, we got our free-to-play honest review for One Punch Man World. Like and sub for more amazing videos out there. We also got all of the current active coupon codes. I'll go ahead and throw a screenshot up right now on the video. Please note that some of these codes are exclusive for the C server only. So if you're in the America server, you might notice some of these codes, like the one that says One Punch Man C, that's strictly for C servers. Let's go over this. I've been free to play on this game, haven't spent any money, and there's a few things I kind of want to just talk about. Obviously, the number one thing being the world credits wall. Right here, you know, we got a bunch of different currencies. We got our silver coins. These are free. Everyone can get these through the game. You got your gold ones. The only way to get the gold ones is to spend money. But these world credits, man, they are a big killer to the game, and I know a lot of people are just not happy about this, me in particular. If you don't spend money, it's definitely a tough grind. Now, there are a few different ways you can get this. I did a whole video where I mentioned how, you know, you can go through the team commissions. When you're doing your upgrades for your characters, I mean, the world credits are just such ridiculous for these upgrades. So like something like this, when we are, and it's mostly because of the serious training, the 7-day event where you're trying to get that, you know, selection chest for a free SSR hero. This is the big event that's been going on since global launch, or since launch, and you want to complete this. The other problem with this event is you have to complete every single activity in order to reach 700. I've played a ton of games where they give you a little bit of leeway with this type of event. I've played tons of games that have events similar to this, but they'll give you extra quests. So that way you don't necessarily need to complete all of them. So if there's one that you're really struggling on, you can kind of skip it and do a different one to reach that maximum, whatever it may be, 700, 800, whatever type of game you're playing, in order to get that maximum prize, the chase prize pretty much. But with this, you have to complete every single quest in order to reach that 700. The way they have it mathematically timed out is it's exactly 700 points for completing all of the quests. And I mean, the biggest one that a lot of people are running into is stuff like this: upgrade any 4 characters to limit break tier 5. You gotta get 4 characters, and the world credits is ridiculous to get your characters up there. For the SR units, they're a little bit cheaper. The SSR units, for this one, for Genos, he's an SSR hero. For me to get him to like a tier 5, I believe it was like 168,000 world credits. And I mean, that's an insane amount. You definitely can only do that maybe, you know, every couple days. You're gonna have enough, depending on how much you play. That's the other thing, is you have to keep into mind that not everyone is gonna be a hardcore player and be able to play this game for like 3-4 hours every day to constantly be trying to like farm up world credits any single different way there is. You know, there's a bunch of different ways, but they're not like enough, where you have to spend a lot of time in the game before you can even accumulate enough just to get your character to tier 5. The SRs are a little bit cheaper. This one right here, you'll see this limit break is 136,000. So it is roughly like, what, 32,000 cheaper depending on the rarity, but still it's a ridiculous amount. And it really encourages you to go to the shop and kind of look for, you know, packs to buy to go ahead and get world credits. You know, there's that. But overall, I mean, it's a good game. I think it's a great game, but the mismanagement with the world credits and this specific event is what kind of is very drawing back and kind of like, you know, pushing me away from the game. There's also really no other events going on either. We haven't really had any other major event. It's just been this serious training event, which is going to end in 2 days. I imagine once this is over, we'll get a brand new event, I'm hoping. And the only other thing we did get is we got this limited banner for Terrible Tornado. Speaking of the gachas, there's another big discrepancy I have with the gacha system, and that's the fact that like when you're doing your draws, and this really hurts someone like a free-to-play, you notice that every 60 draws, you're guaranteed to get an SSR or higher quality item. The problem with this is a lot of the times your guaranteed SSR ends up being an arms card instead of an SSR character. And that's what really hurts you as a free-to-play. To do 60 draws as a free-to-play, it's quite the task. It takes a lot of grinding for the silver coins and, you know, getting your summoning tickets and stuff like that. It takes a lot. I think I've reached the pity system on this twice, I think, so far. I think 2 or 3 times, I can't remember. And only once, was it once that I got an actual SSR character, which was this one? Yeah, once. I got Silverfang as an SSR character. My other 2 pities, I got arms cards, and I think one of them or 2 of them were for characters that I don't even have. So at that point, you have wasted SSR arms cards that you can't even use on your pity. Like that, they really screwed us with this system. Like it should be separate. I mean, you have separate banners for something like this, right? We got Terrible Tornado characters, and then we have a separate banner for her arms, and there really should be like 2 separate banners. There should be one for characters, and then there should be one for arms. And I feel like they could have did it a way, you know, a better way, a better system than kind of throwing it all into one thing, because a lot of the times, like I said, you get screwed and you get an SSR arms card, but you don't even have the character. So then it's like, all right, 60 draws and I got nothing, you know, free to play. And this is what my account looks like. Everyone got Genos for free. This is the only SSR character I've been able to pull from the gacha. And then I have like Lightning Max, everyone starts off with, Satama Job Hunting, Smile Man, Triple Staff Lily, Golden Ball, regular Genos, and then Iron, or however you say his name. That's all I've been able to get as a free to play. So it's you know, it's trying to get the characters as a free to play is a bit iffy. The other thing is like grinding for that world silver is getting a bit, you know, weird, because there's a lot of different ways to grind for the world silver, but it's a lot of like mini games and collectibles. You know, going through these collectibles is, oh my god, it drives me nuts. Maybe you're somebody who likes that. I personally don't. I'm not like, it's good a little bit, but I feel like there's too many collectibles. And as you go ahead and you increase your right here, your rank, your team level thing at the bottom, you just get access to more collectibles. And then it's like more things you got to go out there and hunt for. Like I just got access to the TT cards, and you know, that's team level 40. So, you know, that's a steep way to get up there. Team level 40 takes a while before you even unlock the TT cards. And the TT cards are another thing that you have to do for that serious training event, you know? It's rough, man. It's really, really rough. I love the gameplay. The battles are amazing. The combat system, the fighting, all that stuff is great. Even the world, exploring the world is a lot of fun. I like the world layout is great. The other thing that I have a problem with is like the quests. The quests aren't fun. Like, you know, a lot of these quests out here is just, they feel like you're an errand boy. Like I legit feel like I'm just an errand boy when I'm playing this game, because the quest is like, oh, go talk to this NPC over here. And then after you talk to them, it's like, all right, go talk to this NPC over here. And that's all you're doing really, is you're just going from one point to the other, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to complete these quests. That's how a lot of them are. There are some that are decent. Like there was a few early game that are kind of a little bit different, where they take you into like exploring these different characters and like their backgrounds and their stories, and you have like little like side quests where you're in different areas and you gotta like chase down enemies and stuff, but that gets repeated very, very fast. I mean, they recycled that specific type of gameplay, I think like 3 or 4 times. There's a quest where you have to like chase down like a robber or some you know, a bad guy. He's running away, but what it does is it puts you in this world that's kind of like, you know, it puts you in a level and it's marked off, so they can only run around in like a certain area, and you basically just chase them around the map like a chicken with your head cut off, and then you got to go up and you got to attack them, and once you go ahead and attack them enough times and you lower their health, then you complete the quest. But they recycle that though. They recycle that throughout the game, where there's another like 3 quests where it ends up being the same. Oh, the guy's trying to run away. Oh, you gotta run and capture him. Oh, the guy's, you know, it's the same thing over and over again. There's too much recycling in this game. There's a lot of content in this that's just recycled with like just a different skin involved, like a different background that you're in, a different world. You know, it's I don't know. It just, there's a lot of content in the game, but a lot of it is recycled, so it's not really like new content. I would have rather them like scaled back on all the content and you know, didn't put so much recycled stuff in, and instead gave us like new updates for new events every couple days, instead of just trying to cram lots of content in the game at the beginning of the launch, but a lot of it's just the same thing you're doing over and over again. The world though, I think they did a great job with the world. It feels very lively. You got a lot of these like random characters just walking around, and if you bump into them, you know, they say stuff, and you know, they get that little, yeah, they move and stuff like that. Like, this is amazing. They did a great job with the world, exploring the world and all the different shops. You can go into the supermarkets, and like all that stuff is so well done, but there's too much stuff recycled. The world currency for the credits is really just, they screwed us on that, especially for free to play. The summoning banners are kind of wacky with the characters and the arm cards mixed together with your pity system. Overall, it's a tough one. It's a good game, and I still recommend it for people to play because I think it's still fun. But you are gonna notice that after you play for like a week or 2, you're gonna get tired of it, and you're gonna be like, all right, this isn't like, you get to the point where it's just like, all right, I want something new, something different. And that's, you know, where the game kind of falls behind is after you play for, you know, a couple weeks, it just becomes too repetitive. It feels like it's almost a job trying to grind for world credits and silvers just to get you that next hit on the gacha system, which, you know, the pity system is brutal for free to play, and it's just, you know, it is what it is, right? But we'll see what happens with this series training. I don't even feel like completing it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and waste my time trying to complete this. I'm kind of over this. This just felt way too grindy for me, way too grindy, and just not worth it. It just doesn't feel worth it to me. But that is it. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed this video. We'll see what new events we have. Hopefully something good. But for right now, I haven't played in a couple days. I did take, you know, the weekend off, and I was just like, I need a break from this game. Stay happy, stay safe. I'll see y'all later. Peace.